Okay, here once again, going home. I had a nice visit with my sister. I guess I'll go and visit. So here's some deer to the left, and you can see them. So I think I bring it up all the way. Okay, you can see them walking a little bit. So you see, there's the deer. They're in the front yard. So I got aperture priority, 1/60th of the shutter speed on the RX100. It's doing great. Battery's looking good. My other battery on the ZFC changed, so when I turn off the car I have to unplug the USB-C or it's still active. So I put in a new battery, it's a full battery. And when I get home I'll have to recharge it. But see, the USB-C only works a little bit, okay? It's just kind of like a slower trickle-down effect. So anyway, so it's getting nighttime. It's right at 1/30 of the shutter speed. But both cameras look good. So I'm using a lavalier mic. I'm going to test out the two different sounding with the Rode the Rode Video Micro with the new fluffy ball. So I'll put some of these clips together and you let me know which one you like better. Now I'm using the 12 to 28 right now on the ZFC, and it's at f8. I'm using the other one that's at f8, 1/60th of shutter speed in aperture priority, but that might change when it gets dark. So usually on the automatic they'll change, I still think it's kind of like an aperture priority, all right? Not a kind of like a program priority, but an aperture priority, which is fine by me. It's just different ways each company works with the lighting in their cameras. Now, I'll say one thing, the Sony RX100 is an older camera, okay? ZFC is a newer camera. ZFC can handle 4K, which is doing right now, 4K 30, compared to the RX100, which is 1080p 60. But do you care? Can you really tell the difference between 4K and 1080p? Because once you put it on that 4K or that TV, you cannot tell the difference. Now there might be a little bit more noise in the 1080p, at nighttime, but this is at sunset. It's 8:30. So I'll still have a glow. By the time I get home in 20 minutes, I'll still have a glow. And I'll still be home before the 30-minute time limit for the Nikon. I was going to go to my brother's, but I'll go to him tomorrow. So things are starting to go down. Lights are on. Yeah, I'll go down 281. I won't go down I-10. Because from I-10 to 281 on 1604 is a total mess. But I will do the two, see, it's pretty high right here too on I-10. You know, overpass. But I believe the highest point, it's either this one or it's the one going to 410 from I-10. They're about the same height. I love those purple lights though. I think they're cool. I'd rather have the purple lights than the yellow lights myself. So my sister had a pretty bad cold. Some type of flu, which I never even heard of, but it wasn't actually a flu. It's like you don't actually have pneumonia, but you have bronchitis. Still affects the same thing. I guess it's just one is a lesser degree than the other. So I'm going to get a couple of terabyte SD cards tomorrow, and I'm going to put it in some cameras and test those out. I got a 256 in the ZFC, and I got a 28 gigabyte in the RX100. So this car, I think, will begin in the left lane. Yep. And went down one lane anyway. So I like going this route better than the I-35. So here's a wee moment, folks. So what do you think about that? So I don't see any sunset, so that's already gone. So 281 is in the middle of the city, going from south to north. I've taken Worst Park Parkway before, but I think I'm going to keep this. Yeah, move that up a little bit more. Ooh. Sharp turn. And if I took I-10, it would take me longer to get home. So it goes kind of like from the west side of 1604. When I get out, where there's 281 is right in the center. So it saves me about 10 to 15 minute drive. And I'm including construction too. If there was no construction, it'd be like a 10-minute extra ride. So that's why I choose this. And I think it's faster this way than going all the way to 410 to I-35. Because of construction on I-35. So. And yes, folks, I'm going the speed limit. So if I'm going 65 miles an hour, what do you think they're going? 66, 67, 70? I got 11 minutes. I'll be home in about 10. And I'll collage these videos together. So they're both at 1/30th f8 shutter speed. ISO is probably at 2500 each. They're looking good. The cameras are looking good. And I know I have some hungry pets, so they'll be happy to see me. So I see 1604. Yeah, I'm increasing the to like 70 on the RX 100. So the vehicles might look bigger. I just want to make sure everything's sharp, and it looks like it is. I'm also looking to see if Nikon changes the aperture from f8 to, I don't know, with this lens I think it'll go down to 5.6. Here's another wee movement, folks. But this is kind of like the twilight hour, and this is one of my favorites. You know, sunrise, sunset. Sunrise if you're going away from the sun, heading west. And sunset if you're going east. And everything looks in the clear, which is a good thing. So there's a positive to 1,000 or a 1-inch sensor. And I think the reason why the LCD screen was acting up was the battery was starting to die. So I got a good cable in there now, a better cable than what I had before. So that's good. So my sister said, yeah, they expected her to be dead by last December. So each month that she survived, she gets happier. We talked about how the guy back in the 70s wouldn't take chemo, and he started eating more fruit and vegetables, and he healed his own body. But I know each body is different. So okay, so I don't know what's going on. So there's Boverity on the right. HEB. I got 6 minutes to get home. I don't think I'm gonna make it. And I don't know if there's a timer on the RX 100 either. So the shutter speed, they're saying, is blinking, so I may have to change the aperture to a lower. And I won't do it while I'm driving on the highway. Go the other way. Come on. Go the other way. There you go. I'm going 4, 3, 2.2, 2.8. Come on. 2.8. There you go. So now 1/60 shutter speed, f2.8 on the RX100. And it's at 5.6 now on the ZFC. So it's gradually going to whatever the lowest aperture, which is 5.6. I got it at 28 millimeter, so the lowest I can go is 5.6. If I bring it back, it'll go down to 3.5. But I'm using this zoom lens, and I'm trying out the picture quality and stuff. I'm going to compare it to the kit lens, 16 to 50. So, anyhow, that's that. I'll put the camera back there. But they look sharp. The picture quality is looking sharp. So I see more glare on the headlights, but that might be because it's closer to the cars. Okay. There's Green Mountain. Yeah, it looks a little bit more blurrier on the lens from 12 to 28. Still a good lens. Okay, so I think they're slowing down to 55 now. I just can't remember. See, there's Nacogdoches. Yep, 55. So I'm going to have to time myself, see which one's quicker. I-35 to 410, or that's usually the quicker route, but sometimes with the construction and stuff, even if it's on when no one was working today because of Memorial weekend. So I got like, how many minutes? A minute left before the recording shuts off in the ZFC. Yeah, 54 seconds. So I'll get to the stop sign and then I'll restart it. Now, what I'm looking at is also, so on the Sony, it's more blue, the sky, kind of like a dark blue, whereas it's a greenish blue and more yellow tint on the ZFC. So I got 17 seconds. I'm gonna turn it off, recording. I turned the recording back on, so I got another 29 minutes. And there was a 30-minute time limit too on the RX100. Okay. So I don't know what setting I hit, but I may have to put it in manual mode to fix the settings. Because you put it on automatic or aperture, they might have a time limit. So anyway. Both cameras are doing good. Everything's clear and sharp. One's at f2.8. Shutter speed at 1/60th, which I like on the RX 100. And then the other one is 1/30th at 5.6. But that's because of the lens I'm using, the 17-28. Now they did come out with a 17, what was it? 17-28 also, f2.8, but that was full frame. So I tried that lens, and that was a pretty good lens too. It gave me kind of like a 25-52 or 24-50 usually on a full frame. So what I'm also going to check is when I get home, see if Amazon delivered that product early. It said tomorrow, but you know, they sometimes just send the driver out. Yeah, just drop it at his house. He's just right down the road. So it's trash day tomorrow with recycle. I'm going to have to water my crepe myrtle tree. Want to make sure that's watered thoroughly so it can bloom. It's starting to bloom anyway. So, I want to thank you for watching. If you like this type of content, please give me a like, subscribe. Any questions or comments, please put it in the comments down below. And as always, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, goodbye.